one-day series is up on us, and people will be hoping that the pitches play a lot better in the one-day series than they played in the test match. On this pitch, I think we'll want to bat first.
Right, let's see the toss then. There are the two captains, with them Sunil Gavaskar and the match referee Peter van der Merwe.
Tendulkar calls tails, the coins spinning around. It is tails. Sachin Tendulkar won the toss.
We'd like to bat on this track.
Having lost the test series 1-0, do you expect to salvage some pride in this game, this series?
Most definitely.
We've got Chris Broad's view on it in just a moment. Let's check out these two teams. That's the West Indian lineup, and really good to see Jimmy Adams back. Terrific cricketer, great competitor, excellent ambassador for the game. In the middle order, Kuravilla back, Ganesh has gone, and Sidhu up the top. Sachin Tendulkar opens the batting for India in these one-dayers.
Hoping that's the case, and I'm sure India will be hoping that's the case as well.
Well, Curtly Ambrose gets it off to a start, and that is an extraordinary delivery. What does an opening batsman make of that?
Well, rather strange, really. It's a curious delivery that seemed to pitch and then dart sideways, and certainly a wide first up, but that...
Well, that's very strict. Umpire Eddie Nichols signals a wide. Ambrose can't believe it, and I don't blame him, really. That really is far too strict by the umpire. The batsman just missed the ball.
Well, a little harsh on the bowler here. And Ambrose was really taken by surprise. He thought he had bowled well here up to now. He'd beaten the bat.
Well, what a bizarre start.
Well, this will be interesting because there is a cloud cover. There is quite a bit of movement. Bishop has had problems even in the test series to control the new ball. This one really slipped out of his hand.
Batting is not easy out there. Ball has reared in these first 2 overs. Quite a lot is happening.
Well, this is more like the Bishop we know. Pace and bounce. Not only that, a little bit of movement as well.
Which gave the faster bowlers movement and bounce. Well, that's a second successive caught and bowled he's dropped in the last week off Tendulkar. Put him down in the test match in Georgetown. Very similar caught and bowled chance, two-handed, straight back to him, and he put it down again this time.
Well, I'm sure he would have never expected this. I think he expected it to come a lot quicker than it actually did. Tendulkar. Oh, that's a lovely shot from Tendulkar. So quickly in position, using the pace of the ball on that occasion. He's a short man. He's so quickly into position here, using the pace and finding the placement absolutely right. Just behind square. There's no one in the deep. 4 runs for the taking.
That's beautifully hit too. He's actually used his feet to a fast bowler, giving him the charge and over the top.
Well, this is brilliant cricket from the Indian captain. Lovely footwork. You don't see that often against fast bowlers. Nice position and picking his spot. Good follow through there with the bat. And he's looking positive here. He knows that there is some juice on the surface, but he's not going to allow the bowlers to dictate any terms to him.
So 3 consecutive 4s. This is Sri Lanka kind of stuff by the Indian captain.
Well, the game can...
4 4s in the over. Brilliant batting here by Sachin Tendulkar, carrying India to 25 without loss. That'll go away. Tendulkar collecting boundaries all over the place. India have raced on to 33 without loss. Cracked away. Magnificent stroke. Sachin Tendulkar at his best at the Queen's Park Oval. India 40 without loss. The reflection of the way things have gone so far. Here's Ambrose. Starting over number 5. Given him out, leg before. Sidhu goes. Eddie Nichols raises a finger. And India have lost their first wicket for 40.
Well, just what West Indies wanted. The Indian opening batsmen were on the rampage, Tendulkar in particular. And this one just cutting back into Sidhu from Ambrose. And umpire Nichols deciding that that would have hit leg stump. So India losing their first wicket, 40 runs on the board. This is how Sidhu was dismissed, caught on the back foot to one that came back into him.
Inside the wicket very, very quickly, and yet another 4 for Tendulkar. He really is creating problems for the West Indies and joy for the Indian supporters. India 45 for 1.
It's a magnificent shot by Tendulkar.
Well, mix up here. If he hits, he's gone. And Walsh misses. Dravid is lucky.
That was a close call for Rahul Dravid. I've seen Courtney Walsh do some good work in the past, running out Sachin Tendulkar. If he had hit on this occasion, he would have been out by a long way.
Substitute fielder is Richard Smith. He's on for Stuart Williams, who's damaged a tendon in his ankle. Run one here. This could be tight. In fact, he would have been well gone, Tendulkar. He lives again, and India get through to 50, but not without danger.
Certainly taking a few chances, Sachin Tendulkar, not just his stroke play, but also his running. Not even in the picture. It's now have been bowled by the West Indies.
4. Full toss. Gets what it deserves.
Sachin Tendulkar certainly is creating havoc here. He has caused the West Indies to change the field placing, change their thought of which line and length they should be bowling, and things are just starting to go a bit awry. Full toss, leg stump, those are easily put away by great players.
I'm with you on this, Michael. I know that Sachin Tendulkar is a great player, but I also know that Courtney Walsh is a very, very, very good bowler. And he doesn't need to change too much. He can have his 2 slips because he's going to bowl a delivery like that. And if he has the field to back it up, he can bowl more of that line and just get him out in a conventional fashion. You've got to back yourself. There we go again. That line will be punished all day. Edge and gone. And Tendulkar, it's a big nick on that one. Ambrose does the deed with Courtney Brown. And that's the wicket. It sets the crowd alight.
It certainly is. They needed to get rid of Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar doesn't look very happy with that decision. Seems that if he was signaling to the umpire that the ball came off his forearm or perhaps even a bit higher. There he is looking again. He's not very happy with that decision, Sachin Tendulkar. Let's have a good look at it. Yes, it does seem as if it came off his right arm on the way to the wicketkeeper. But umpire Nichols thought otherwise. It's 6-5 for 2.
Well, just look at this again now. From this angle, we may just see the point of impact. We may also just see the reaction. Yeah, look at the glance down and look back at the umpire. Oh, you didn't get my message, he said. Again, this is risky business, and it'd have been gone. That's 3 now. West Indies are not on target.
Good work by Curtly Ambrose. He was just off target with the throw, but he was quick across the pitch again. Just the throwing that has been letting the West Indies down. And
It's only going on in one match. That's the one at Canterbury, where Derbyshire are trying to beat Kent and are chasing 337 to win, and that's out. So the first ball after drinks has produced a wicket. It's Mohamed Azharuddin, and that is very unlucky.
Well, Mohamed Azharuddin's nightmare tour continues. He's been in such wretched form during the Test match series that's recently concluded, and here the first nightmare tour continues. He's been in such wretched form during the Test match series that's recently concluded, and here the first ball after a drinks break, rather a rash shot, but the ball never quite there, and it just goes back onto leg stump. Terribly disappointing from India's point of view.
Azharuddin's gone for 3. It's 71 for 3. Bad.
Jadeja, because they know the tail is long, they might be frightened to go after him. Well, maybe not. You see, that's what happens, is that you give them the opportunity to score, it's just possible they might take it. So he's got to bowl really well. It's a good shot. I think this is a situation where you should return to Bishop, and you could have done with Phil Simmons playing for West Indies. Little seamers. I know, unfortunately, he's got a right arm injury, which is his bowling arm. That's just one of those quirks of fate. There you are. 8 runs off the over. 2 fours from the lollipop bowler, and the score goes up to 81 for 3.
That's what he was trying to do the previously in the over, but he's now tickled this for 4 more. So Carl Hooper has gone for another boundary, 5 runs in the over. 20 have gone, 86 for 3.
That's leg side again and gone. Plucked out of the air by Carl Hooper. And Rose picks up his 2nd wicket. And India lose their 4th.
Well, he has been a find as far as the West Indians are concerned. Franklin Rose has been a real gain of the series. Bowled exceedingly well in the Test matches. And here he is taking yet another wicket. Fine catch that by Carl Hooper. Rahul Dravid was not at his best. He was struggling for timing. He's out for 17, and India are 86 for 4. Giving.
And that consistency continues. Halfway through the 50 overs, India, it's 96 for 4.
Welcome back, and welcome back to a rather depressing, if familiar scene coming to us from Trinidad, because that shower, which has been falling at the Queen's Park Oval for some 5 minutes or so, has obviously got a little bit heavy. Over's gone. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see whether the umpires reduce the length of the Indian innings. Now we've had a little break for rain. I think there's a 15-minute window or something which they can absorb quite easily just by shortening the lunch break. So that's the story there. And there are the West Indian bowling figures so far. Ambrose 2 for 27 off 7 overs. Without a doubt, the pick of the bowlers. And the one who's impressed really throughout the series, the Test series earlier on, ever since he made his debut, Franklin Rose. 6 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 7. Hasn't tried...
Well, Jadeja has done just that. It was in the slot, and he's gone through with a shot, 2 bounces and into the fence.
Get singles every time to long off, long on. Might even get more if you hit it well. Yeah, he's pushing it through quite sensibly. 114 for 4.
His first one-day international, 9.1 overs. And another wicket. An edge, simple catch for Courtney Brown. And Franklin Rose continues his good work.
He is indeed. One was wondering why Courtney Walsh was persisting in finishing off his allotted quota, but this is the reason why. Ajay Jadeja trying to run the ball to third man. Good delivery that from Franklin Rose. Jadeja out for 19 of 60 balls, so he hasn't had it away at all. 119 for 5.
Back after one ball. He'll be hoping and needing a lot better than that. And he's here because Jadeja got a good one and a genuine nick.
Yes, he had to play at it, but he also was trying to angle the bat across so that if there was a thicker edge, it would have gone wide of Courtney Brown. That's a good catch that from Courtney Brown. At 48, his highest score, enabling India to tie that game.
Edge, and Lara is in business at slip. Given the benefit of a slip in the 35th over, and Bishop makes use of him.
Very good captaincy by Courtney Walsh. Remember, Ian Bishop had a hard time bowling those first 2 overs, but in spite of that, Courtney Walsh has given him a slip, and look what's happened. Robin Singh fishing at the ball outside the off stump. Out to Cop Lara, ball Bishop to India 6 for 123.
So Robin Singh, the last man out, and that'll be wide, and plenty of them. 4 wides, a bonus for India.
That's over number 39. And that's a good blow. Right over the top of mid-off. Good blow by Kumble.
No movement of the seam on that occasion from Ian Bishop, so Kumble just playing right through the line. Of course, at this stage, Courtney Walsh still has quite a few men inside the circle, so there's lots of room over the top.
Prized him. Got his hands to it, both hands. I suppose the ball is a little bit slippery, but he got both hands to it, Williams.
I think that Stuart Williams might have been a little bit surprised with this ball. For what reason, I'm not too sure, but it seems as if his hands didn't quite go to the ball in the normal fashion. There you can see him almost diving goalkeeper fashion, with the palms pointing towards the batsman.
Because the rain is becoming harder, and by the time he gets those boots on, everybody will be off. A redundant exercise, that. 146 for 6 off 39 overs. We've got rain here at the Queen's Park Oval. Toss. Tendulkar with a superb 44, full of strokes, but nobody else really making any impression.
As many overs as possible. Now, there are the West Indian bowling figures. Ambrose 2 for 27, Bishop 1 for 31, but the pick of the bowlers, without a doubt, Franklin Rose, 10 overs. He's bowled out 2 maidens, 3 for 25. He's 6 for 6. The umpires are out in the middle, and we are going to get back to some action. But the bizarre news, if you like, is that the umpires have decided that we're going to resume the Indian innings, and at the moment we haven't lost any overs. So we've taken lunch after 39 overs of the Indian.
Sonny Gavaskar talked about the outfield and the effect that might have on the game. How well does it dry here, Michael?
It's usually a pretty quick drying ground. 4 runs and almost 3 overs completed.
And a wicket. Hooper takes the simplest of catches. Kumble looking to hit it over the top of the offside, and the thickish outside edge safely taken.
That one perhaps just spun a bit. Yes, it did. Just a bit of turn there for Jimmy Adams. Perhaps that's what got him out. He wasn't expecting it to turn, hitting through the ball, thinking that it might come on straight.
And perhaps length, but he'll get a run, or India will.
And a bit of movement as well. That one coming back from outside off stump.
Is the wicket that Jimmy Adams managed to secure. Look where the front foot lands. And it's all right because part of the heel is behind that front line there. It doesn't have to be grounded as long as it's behind the line. Well, it hasn't been a fun over this for Nyan Mongia, and being the wicket-keeper, he won't appreciate getting blows on the hand like that.
Already has quite a bit of plaster on those fingers, Nyan Mongia. Always getting blows on your fingers as a wicket-keeper. You don't need them when you're batting as well.
He's always on target, Curtly Ambrose. Joshi initially looking to give himself room on the onside. Ambrose following him and pegging back that leg stump. India 171 for 8.
Present time, sun is shining. You can't cut a Yorker from Curtly Ambrose. That's the result.
Well, this is the world-class fast bowler at his very, very best. Tall man, an excellent Yorker. Bang on target, Mongia giving himself room. But that one really crashes into the middle stump. So India lose their 9th wicket, 172 runs on the board. Many big hits.
Adams will go this time. He's got him. Brilliant bit of fielding by Jimmy Adams. And at last the West Indies have a run out with a direct hit. Umpire Cumberbatch has asked for the replay, but no one's worrying with him. They're all trooping off. They know what the result will be.
You're right, Tony. This one's definitely out. Superb piece of fielding by Jimmy Adams here. Hitting the stumps in one action, picking up, throwing, knocking the stumps off. And you saw that Abhi Kuruvilla was not even in the frame, so the Indian innings comes to an end.
Been an easy wicket to bat on, Chris.
No, it's not, and I think the West Indies will find problems when they go out to bat. There will be certain indentations left from the moisture in the wicket early on today. They will have dried out. The bounce might not be very true. There might be one or two going up and down and sideways.
As a surprise. This is what's happening there at the moment. The drizzle did fall.
And the West Indies on the way. First ball boundary. That's livened up the crowd right away. They've had a long, patient wait for the resumption of play.
Well, I can't understand him trying to bounce in first ball. It's quite inexplicable. Going to the can to score. Shot. Really good shot. That's a better shot than the hook. Hook was a short ball, sat up there and he whacked it, but that was a much better shot. That wasn't very
good delivery. Rahul Dravid out there is keeping wicket because Nyan Mongia got a knock on the finger. That's a beautifully timed and placed stroke by Chandapal. He doesn't play everything on the leg side.
Well, that was a cracker of a shot. I think Tony's referring to a man in form, basically. You wouldn't have seen this before. He's had a good series. That 100 in Barbados has done wonders for his confidence. And we noticed after that, he started to gain a bit of confidence and start to play on the offside. And that's one of the results. Something a little bit special.
We should have had rain as soon as cricket comes back to Trinidad.
That's a bad ball, is that? That was into his pads. Prasadi's asking the captain to move fine leg around, but I'm sorry, you cannot follow the ball as a captain. Look, watch this ball. Look, it's right. It's missing leg stump. It's a free hit.
That has come off the very meat of the bat. That is a magnificent stroke. Bad ball, but not every bad ball is put away as ruthlessly as that.
Well, it was short, and gave him the opportunity, but wasn't he quickly into it? Look, the footwork, he's almost waiting for the delivery.
Brilliant bit of fielding. That's Noel David. He's on the field as a substitute. We've heard of his reputation, his speed, his accuracy, his all-round fielding ability, and that was brilliant.
Well, he's so quick over the ground. Look how he releases the ball underarm. Very, very quick. Oh, his bat's up in the air, Stuart Williams. That's going to be a problem for him. Look at the bat up in the air. Up in the air. Oh, we get a better view than that. I hope we might find he's struggling. Well, I think he's given not out there because he can't clearly see when the wicket is hit. The third umpire is not sure. I think he's got the benefit of not getting a clear picture for the third umpire.
We've got nice bright sunshine. Beautifully timed. It's going to go all the way. Shivnarine Chandapal in prime form.
So Anil Kumble in his second over, 7 runs coming off his first. And going for the big one here, he's miscued this. Could be out caught, and a good catch by Venkatesh Prasad. So just what the Indians wanted, a breakthrough. Stuart Williams dismissed by Anil Kumble.
And you're right, this is the breakthrough that the Indians were looking for, because their heads were dropping, and Stuart Williams has helped them by playing this atrocious shot. It really was a nothing shot. The ball wasn't quite pitched up. The ball turned a little bit. Very well judged that by Venkatesh Prasad. These catches are never easy to take because the ball... There's just a little bit of turn. And Stuart Williams going for the biggie. Look at that catch. Very nicely judged. These catches are swirling and spinning in the air.
Noel David is very quick, and the batsman will not risk the second. 50 for 1, the West Indies.
To a mistake. 443 runs he got in the series.
And that's punched away through the offside. Long chase here for David, but even though he's quick, the ball wins. Lovely piece of timing again by the left-hander. Sky Sports in the United Kingdom, and a lovely shot on the onside this time. That's his favorite area, and that's food and gravy for Chandrapal.
Therefore he's been able to whip it to the onside.
Another crashing shot through the offside for the third boundary of the over.
No wonder the crowd's happy, because they're getting their money's worth.
A loud shout here for a catch behind. Cumberbatch isn't interested. The Indians are very keen, but Chandrapal stays. It's 62 for 1. This is the appeal for catch behind. Rahul Dravid thinking that he had nicked it. We'll take another look. Well, a definite deflection there, and the only deflection could be off the bat. A wide signal here, another boundary for the West Indies.
Claim Rahul Dravid.
Down the track comes Lara and finds the gap on the onside between square leg and mid-wicket for another boundary. So the boundary is coming thick and fast for the West Indies. 72 for 1.
Go. Ding dong at the moment.
This will be the 50. magnificent innings. Just using the pace of the ball, he got the width that he wanted. And the master batsman, Lara, he congratulates him, and well he should.
As I said, another half century for the young man. Very, very consistent. And just 51 balls. Boundaries for them.
And again, that's 16 overs gone. It's 86 for 1, and umpire Cumberbatch says, let's have a drink, fellas.
Only his third.
The young man. Put it this way, Smith, when I heard about Jeffrey Boycott playing against people like Gary Sobers and Wes Hall, I never thought I would play against him myself.
Well, that is not good. We've talked about just how brilliant that little fella is, Noel David, as a fielder. That's why he's the chosen substitute fielder. Target reduced, required run rate increased, but still the 10 wickets in hand. And that doesn't help India either. It's gone straight past Rahul Dravid, and it's 4 byes.
Really having a sorry time, Rahul Dravid. Gave away a few byes when Anil Kumble was bowling. Now a few more to Sunil Joshi. Have to be a bit sorry for Rahul Dravid. Not a wicket-keeper by any means, but pulled into the job because Nayan Mungia has that injury to his hand and having problems.
Beautifully swept by Chandrapal. That's the kind of form he's in. He's finding the gaps, even though there are men posted on the boundary. Well, he has this habit of shuffling across towards the off stump. There he is. He's therefore able to sweep the ball from well outside the off stump. There's nothing wrong that Joshi is doing. Joshi would have expected him to try and play it on the offside, but he's hit him with the turn. And more importantly, of course, he's found the gap. That is smashed away on the onside by Chandrapal. Big gap between the bowler and mid-on. And that boundary takes him to his highest score in one-day cricket. Well, this might not look like a very good shot. It looks like a bit of a slog there, but the kind of form Shivnarine Chandrapal is in, he still managed to hit it along the ground, still managed to make it look good. In the air, and he's gone this time. Kuruvilla coming up with the catch. It's dismissed off a full toss. Chandrapal's walking, and West Indies lose their second wicket. This is a very good catch by to score as many as possible, get to 100 or near to 100. Wasn't able to keep it down. Fine catch that by Abhi Kuruvilla. Chandrapal's out for 83, and West Indies have lost their second wicket for 132. So Carl Hooper comes out to the middle. Ian Smith has joined me in the commentary box. He's replaced Sunny Gavaskar. Carl Hooper coming here at the fall of Chandrapal's wicket. This is how he was dismissed, but he's done the job for the West Indies, Ian.
Yes, he's done all he had to do, really. It would have liked to be not out at the end. It's a very good catch. Actually diving forward, though not easy. I think he was caught by an element of surprise more than anything else, Chandrapal, because it was a full toss. And the bottom of the bat, probably the worst bit of timing he displayed all day. And just lobbed it up to mid-off. But it was an excellent catch. Good commitment. He's never quite got to it. The bat sort of turned around a wee bit in the hands. And that's a very good catch diving forward.
In spite of the rain, the crowd here have enjoyed every minute of it. finishes the game in style, Brian Lara. Smashes it over mid-on for a boundary. So the West Indians win this game by 8 wickets. A comprehensive victory. Chasing the target of 146. They were never really in any sort of trouble once they got the start from Shivnarayan Chandrapal and Stuart Williams.
Well, smiles on the face of the West Indies, obviously. And they've deserved their victory today. A little shot there of Sachin Tendulkar in the background. He's not so happy. And there's obvious reasons why. The West Indies have coasted to victory. They've got a good safe start from Williams and Chandrapal. Chandrapal carried on to his highest one-day international score, almost run a ball stuff. And Lara did just what he had to win the game for the West Indies. He had to be there at the end. He made sure he was. Finished it in style. A little bit of batting practice for Hooper. But they did it with ease, the West Indies. And I'm afraid India weren't able to create enough early on to put the West Indies side under pressure. They needed early wickets, and they couldn't get enough early to put the home side under pressure enough.